afternoon, 3-year-old little Yugi was playing in the woods, and he was running around, jumping all over the rocks, and he was having so much fun. And he said, "It's fun playing in the woods," he said. And he was in the woods, but he knew that he wasn't supposed to be in the woods. But he was there anyway because he thought it was fun to play in the woods. Because he was just a little boy, and he thought getting lost would be fun. But then he realized that he was far away from home, and it started to get dark, and it started to rain. And Yugi said, "Maybe this wasn't a good idea," 3-year-old little Yugi said, as he tried to find his way home. But he couldn't. He was lost in the woods, and he wanted to go back home to his mommy and daddy. And back at home, his mom and dad were preparing dinner when Yugi's dad decided to go upstairs to check on him. And he said, "Yugi, dinner? Yugi? Where are you, my son? Oh no, I think he's lost," Yami said. And back in the forest, Yugi was trembling because he was so cold, and he went, "Achoo! Achoo! Achoo! I'm cold," Yugi said, as he took his jacket and wrapped it around his little body and said, "I better find shelter." And then he found a little hole underneath a little bush, and he went into it and said, "I hope I'm warm in here. I'm cold. I want my mommy." And then he said, "I'm gonna find my way home if I even get tired." And then Yugi got up and started to walk around the forest, trying to find a way out. And then he found his way out, and he said, "I'm gonna continue running until I get home." And Yugi ran around the neighborhood until he got to the house, and he rang the doorbell. And his mom answered it, and she said, "Oh, Yugi, where have you been, my little one?" I was in the forest." "Yugi, oh, my poor baby. I didn't know you were missing. Oh, sweetheart, I'm so sorry, but don't you ever go into the forest again." And then Yugi's father saw him, and he ran to him and he said, "Son, are you okay?" "I'm okay now, Daddy. Achoo." "Oh, Yugi, let's get you washed up so that way you don't get a cold," his mother Kimberly said. And her nickname was Kimmy. So her husband, Yami, called her Kimmy. "Don't worry, Kimmy. I will give him his bath." "No, Yami, I will. No, I will. I want Mommy to give me my bath," little Yugi said. And then Yugi's mother gave him a bubble bath, and then she gave him some medicine just to make sure he didn't get sick. And then she gave him a bowl of hot soup. And then after Yugi ate his dinner, took his medicine, and had his bath, his mother said, "Yugi, what you did really scared Mommy and Daddy. You don't run into the woods like that, Yugi." "I'm sorry. We know you are, son. But you have to promise Mommy and Daddy that you won't do it again. You understand?" "Yes, Mommy. Yes, Daddy." "Okay, good." "Mom, Dad?" "Yes." "One day can we go camping?" We will think about it, Yugi." "Okay?" "Okay, Dad." "You want a story, son?" "Yes, please." And then Yugi's daddy read him a story and said, "They lived happily ever after. The end." "I read it again, Daddy." No, Yugi. It's bedtime now, son." "I don't want to sleep, Papa." but you have to, Yugi. You have to go to sleep, okay? Daddy, you're funny. Good night, my little boy. And promise Daddy and Mommy that you won't ever run away into the forest again. Okay, Daddy. Okay, Mommy. I promise. And then little Yugi closed his little eyes and he went to sleep, dreaming a beautiful dream of candy. And he said, "Good night, Mommy. Good night, Papa." The end.